Have you seen that AI thing? Oh, you mean the image AI thing? Where, like, you put two things together and it makes something? What is that called? That would be something we could probably do for a bit. That sounds fun. I want to make fursonas with an AI. Doll-E? Is that how you pronounce it? Or is it Doll-A? Why does it sound like Wall-E? Okay, what is Doll-E? OpenAI.com. Doll-E is a 12 billion parameter version of GPT-3 trained to generate images. I'm already bored. Let's just click on it. But where's a link to it? Does anyone have a link to this? I'm genuinely curious if we can put together some sort of like fursona or some really funny furry images from just words. Oh, here we are. So pretty much you just type in anything you want and it'll generate an image. What are we thinking for prompts? What are we thinking for, like, what do we want to do? And it can only be things that are very, very widely known on the internet. My friend Russ has been contributing to the whole Dolly Mini thing, and it's looked pretty interesting. Let's go to media. For example, Taylor Swift at a furry convention. Which one looks best here? I can't distinguish which one is actually, is that at MFF? Are these at MFF? This is literally, oh my god. This is like the registration lineup area at MFF. Dead ass. But yeah, this is an example of the Dolly AI image generated program. Let's try furry in a life jacket. Let's see if that loads eventually. But even, like, this is one of many that, like, Russ has been having a field day with. Where are the other ones? Oh, has Russ not been doing it since after BLFC? Damn. Aw, I thought he had more. He only has Taylor Swift at a furry convention. What about Raiden? What does Raiden have? Oh, Kingdom Hearts FNAF. I mean, that's not too far from what it would look like. I love how cursed this is. Here's the thing. If you want some cursed furry memes, furries, have a field day with Dolly Mini, please. Please do that rather than making another, like, ooh, woo, I'm not cute furry meme from some copy and paste text board. Just make images through this. These are better furry memes than any of the furry memes out there on the internet as is. God forbid it works. Well, either way, we saw a few examples. Five Nights at Freddy's, Kingdom Hearts, and Taylor Swift at a furry convention. So let's see what Dolly Mini comes up with. But yeah, it's probably, oh my. Not what I was, does it not know the word furry? I mean, it's technically not wrong. I mean, if I put furry in a life jacket as the YouTube title and had this as the thumbnail, it technically wouldn't be false. You'd just call this clickbait. The dogs do look cursed though. I don't know, maybe it doesn't understand furry. I can only imagine what would come up with fursuit. Oh my god. Well, how do we like make fursonas? How about this? I'll do fursona since that's a very specific word. Fursona in a life jacket. That'll be different, maybe. That'll be a bit different. Let's see if I can get any, like, free fan art. Life jacket fan art from this. Maybe this is how I generate my own life jacket art. So I'm just curious to see how open-ended or how specific we can make this. I know Whiskey was doing a bunch of these as well. For, like, Whiskey Dingo or, like, Twitch streamer Dingo in purple hoodie and crown, and then generated, I guess, Whiskey from that. Wait a minute, that's what we could do. We could generate my fursona. Wolf, dragon, pointy nose, life jacket. Fursona. That's what we could try next and see if it generates Maverick or something. I know Whiskey was doing this on his streams, but, like, did he ever tweet his results? Oh, here it is. Yeah, he did a bunch of these. See, for an example, Whiskey did this. Anthro Dingo Twitch streamer wearing a crown in a purple shirt. I mean, it's not that far off. It really isn't. And he was just trying to create a fursona with the AI generator, and then he made this. And it works. So that's like the first example of, like, the AI generated Sona. Kind of curious to see what'll happen with this. How should we do ours then? Come, like, when we get our... Oh! Well, I mean, that really isn't that bad. I thought this was going to be even more scary than I thought. I mean, besides this is just a nightmare. But most of these look like not bad. I think the best looking one is the middle one. Fursona in a life jacket, and then just... Fursona is a life jacket. Honestly, the middle one probably looks the most resembling of a fursona, or I guess a Sergal. This kind of looks like a Sergal in a life jacket, and you can kind of distinguish the facial features. You know, that's a tweet in and of itself. Let me screenshot this, and, you know, we'll send this to Twitter, and then I'll get all the clout I need. Ha ha ha. I do think this is the best looking. I'm having so much fun with these AI generated fursonas. Oh my god. Let's see. So Whiskey did Anthro Dingo Twitch streamer wearing a crown and a purple shirt. Let me see if I can put something together with this. Anthro Wolf Fursona, pointy nose, wearing a life jacket. Let's see if we can generate Maverick from this. Because Whiskey was semi-able to generate his character, so I'm kind of curious if I can generate mine. That might work. I want to see if I can generate my Fursona from this. Anthro Aussie Shepherd Twitch streamer in life jacket. I don't know if it's gonna generate that correctly, because I'm not really known on Twitch as I much am known on YouTube, believe it or not. And also, this is just supposed to be a Fursona. I'm generating it from the ground up, not based on like anything else on the internet, you know? Like if you put in BetaEtaDelota, it's not gonna know what the fuck to do. It's not gonna generate anything related to me. You have to give it like specific keywords of like very broad things that you'd find on the internet. Like for example, if you looked up wolf on Google, what are the chances that you would find a Fursona or a furry character? Probably little to none. Unless your search engine is really fucking weird. But like, it's just taking a very open-ended, broad search engine and applying images together and generating something based on what you search. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to generate my Fursona or something that looks very close to it. Because if anything, my character looks more like a wolf than he does a dragon. White Anthro Wolf Fursona with a pointy nose and wearing a life jacket. That's pretty much all there is to Maverick. Oh, I mean... Well, I mean, it's a white wolf, but where's the pointy nose? Oh, right here. Okay, I don't think any of these look like Maverick. What's with his hand here? Oh my god. I mean, it does look good, though. If you wanted, like, a white wolf Fursona in a life jacket, this is what you'd get. These just kind of look like monstrosities, though. What can I do here? What can I add here? White Anthro Wolf Fursona with black stripes and a pointy nose wearing a life jacket. Let's see what this generates. Is the search criteria just too big? Yeah, I'm wondering if more or less words are better. Because I feel like the more you put in, the longer it's gonna take. How the fuck are other people able to get in? Yeah, it really is overloaded. Oh well. It was worth a shot. I tried. I failed. We learned something. In the end, I mean, I'm promoting it as a means of, like, seeing if we can actually generate a Fursona. Because I've always wanted some sort of Fursona generator. Whether it's a mix of characters or some sort of, like, coloring thing on a ref sheet. But I don't know how to do that. I still think this is fucking neat, though. AI generated everything. So fucking neat. I've just always wanted to see if I could get an AI generated Fursona. Instead of it being built off of, like, votes, it could just be built by an AI. As soon as we get an AI-generated Fursona, that's when we can start giving Fursonas to people at birth, you know? Speaking of AI Fursonas, there's something called This Fursona Does Not Exist. You can generate random AI Fursonas. Is that actually a thing? I'm somewhat deathly curious. You know what? Welcome to the Fursona Does Not Exist. This site displays a grid of AI-generated furry portraits trained by ARFA using NVIDIA's Style GAN2 architecture. Oh, so it's just using something that was created before somewhat. Okay. How does this work? I'm deathly curious. Oh my. Wait a minute, is this safe? Is porn gonna come up? Wait, are these just generated Fursonas, or are these like are these actual art pieces? Oh, it just keeps creating them. See, this is like, if these are all AI generated, they're doing a really, really hard, like, they really did a good job at making the art seem not AI generated, because this looks like some shit that I've seen an artist do before. Like seriously. It is kind of neat, though. This is hella fucking impressive. I wonder if I can eventually scroll and find a Fursona that I might know from like a friend. The only problem with this is these look way too, like, generic. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having a Fursona like this, but, like, this is very, very generic. And all of my friends' Fursonas are, like, very colorful. These all tend to be the same color. If not just Nick Wilde. Play the game, how many Nick Wildes can we find on This Fursona Does Not Exist? 1. This is really fucking neat, though. Another Nick Wilde. We found another one. This is fucking funny. Instead of finding Fursonas, you just look for Nick Wilde. There's a Renamon. That's just Renamon. Another Nick Wilde. That's funny. I love how we went through this looking for, like, new Fursonas to potentially make, and we just find Nick Wilde. What is going on here? This looks like me when I'm forced out of my slumber. How many Nick Wildes is that? 4? 5? I think this is 4. Don't worry, we'll make it 5 eventually. You know, for this being an AI generator for, like, Fursonas, there's a lot of Nick Wildes. Why are all these, like, foxes, too? There's another Nick Wilde. Where are you going? Me too, Nick. Me too. How many of these are gonna be, like, fox Fursonas? Where's the diversity? Where are, like, the bears and the dogs and, like, the shrimp Fursonas, you know? Where are, like, the not fox Fursonas? This shit's kind of crazy, though. I could sit here forever and be like, oh, you, another fox. Wait, isn't that just Keat? Hold on. Isn't that just Keat? I think that's just Keat Luck. I don't think that's Nick Wilde. How is this made? How does this work? Can anyone give me the rundown while we look for more Nick Wildes? There's another Nick. This is absurd, and I love it. Oh my gosh. This might be the new marbles on stream for me. Just looking for Fursonas that are AI generated and counting how many Nick Wildes we find, along with any familiar Fursonas or friends of ours. And so far, I found Keat Luck. Pretty much what looks like 99% what Keat Luck looks like. This is awesome. I want to save like half of these. This is awesome. I love how some of these are Fursonas, and some of these are just straight up just people. Like, just humans. Or like cat girls or something like that. That's a cat girl. That's another Nick Wilde. That's literally Judy as like a goat. That is Judy Hopps as a goat. There's another Rouge. I can see a commonly trending theme here. Half of them are like actual Fursonas. The other half are taken from like very furry bait characters on the internet that furries love. And they just make this. They just make that. Hey, Nick Wilde, come here. I gotta save image as. This is awesome. I could sit here for hours doing this. There's a mouse Fursona. That's our first ever technical mouse. Or lion. I don't know which one. This is awesome. See, this is like the one in every 1,000 that we see that's just like a national treasure. He is zooted out of his mind. He looks like me 2 nights ago. Also, here's another thing. You know, instead of using, like, the beginner furry starter pack of, like, stealing someone else's art icon and using that as your own on Twitter, just go to the Fursona generator website, grab one of these images, and make that your profile picture on Twitter, you know? This is how we can encourage all the young furries and, like, newer furries to not steal other people's Fursonas. Maybe that's the strat here. You've got thousands upon thousands to choose from. Choose any of these. That's actually really adorable. Here, there's an icon for anyone on the internet. You want a starting Fursona? Here you go. So many randomly generated Fursonas. Did anyone explain in chat how this works? They find 2 images that are almost the same pose and combine them. So that's how this AI works? That's pretty neat. It just combines 2 Fursonas based on their pose or their facial expression. Then again, you could use this for inspiration for like poses or expressions that you might want. Or you could just have a field day and look at half of this shit. Yo, I've been wanting some character still ideas for the longest time. And I might have found some. That is morbid. Oh my god. What is that? Though I will say, if you just sent me this website and showed me this, like, set of images, I would have thought that these are actual art pieces. And I'd be like, oh, who's the artist for this one? I've wanted to commission them. Like, if you didn't tell me this was AI generated, I wouldn't have known. I can guarantee that if you sent this to 10 people and you did not tell them that this was AI generated, they wouldn't think otherwise that these are actual art pieces that you'd find on, like, DeviantArt. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if half of these were found off of DeviantArt. I've been looking to get some Christmas and, like, birthday gifts for friends. If I find a friend of mine on here and they don't have, like, an art piece of it, I could be like, hey, happy birthday. I commissioned this art for you. Maybe this is how I get my birthday and Christmas gifts. Just go through here, wait till I find a fursona that looks like my friends. I'm like, happy birthday. Wait, this looks like Bunny. This looks like Birthday Bunny. Happy birthday, birthday. Well, there we go. That's another birthday gift done with. Half of these are suggestive. I mean, isn't that just half of furry art in general? As long as no meaty schlong isn't shown, I'm sure it's fine. Oh no, birthday messaged me. She thinks it's an actual commission piece. Oh no! What have I done? Ah! let me explain. What have I done? She actually thinks that's an actual commission piece that I got for her, and now I feel bad. What have I done? I feel so bad now. What have I done? Now I feel like a jackass. I am a jackass, so this does line up. The fun of AI is how it shows how bias manifests inside the dataset. The popular things appear more, so it tends to have a heavier weight in decisions. That is also true. I guess that explains a lot of the Nick Wildes compared to any other fursona. So obviously with more Nick Wildes in the dataset, it's gonna produce more Nick Wildes in general, which I think is pretty neat. Either way, I think I'm honestly probably gonna wrap things up for now, because this has been like, this could go on for hours again, and I'd probably get the same results. Multiple cursed images, multiple Nick Wildes, crystals scattered here and there. But honestly, this was a kind of neat adventure. That's gonna about do it for me. Thank you guys for hanging out with me this stream. It was sort of a short impromptu stream, but honestly, like, I really enjoyed this sort of like weird adventure that we went on with regards to AI generated fursonas and other fun stuff.